will there be chaos at today's arraignment? Well, there already has been some, actually. Shockingly, there's already been a bomb threat. Here's a little bit of a footage of the bomb squad searching the area. So I don't know if they thought that perhaps there had been a bomb smuggled into the back of what looks like a TV, perhaps, for the people who are waiting outside. But apparently, according to a reporter for MSNBC, press was being forced away from the scene shortly before 11 a.m. Tuesday. And so bomb threat was called in. It doesn't appear that there is an actual bomb, so far just the threat. And so far, at least as of this morning, it looks like there are more reporters than there are Trump supporters there. Which I do want to pause for a second on that, Benny, because you really would think Donald Trump is being arraigned. According to QAnon and all that, this is the deep state trying to take down, like, effectively Jesus or whatever. And yet they didn't really show up in Manhattan for the hush money payments arraignment. They're not really showing up, at least as of now, for this. Is this just that they think it's pointless? Like they'll just, keep their powder dry and show up later if it starts to get more serious? Is this an indication of lowering of support? It doesn't seem like that based on the polls. He still has a lock on the Republican base. Are they don't feel like they can trust him to protect them if they do riot because of what happened with January 6th? Why do you think it is that they're not showing up for him when he asked them to protest? And he did, by the way, earlier this week, he said, see you in Miami on Tuesday. He was trying to encourage them to, but they're not really showing up.
Yeah, honestly, unironically, I think it's because they won't be able to sit and listen to Donald Trump talk about how much he hates trans people. Like straight up, that's it. That's why people like Donald Trump, right? They're like these hateful people that get off on making other people like miserable, right? They just genuinely enjoy causing suffering. And every time that they're screaming in public about something and everybody else is uncomfortable or angry with them, they're like, yes, I'm getting exactly the attention I want. Donald Trump getting arraigned is not an opportunity for that, right? There's the person suffering in that situation is Donald Trump, and these people want to follow a strong man, not this random weak guy that's like getting dragged into a courthouse to sit here and like cry about why he should be able to get away with federal crimes. So honestly, I think that's why. I genuinely think that like to a lot of Trump supporters, Trump is more entertainment value than he is anything else.
But wouldn't, like, in theory, being there, I guess he doesn't talk, but that should be entertaining. And maybe if there was a big enough crowd, maybe he would stop and talk. Like, I feel like you would want to be a part of history and be there. Like, I don't know, it just seems so weird that they are so hyper obsessed with him and yet so disinterested when it comes to his direct request for them to show up on the streets. I don't know, maybe it should give us a little bit of faith in democracy that people aren't so ready to constantly riot for him. I don't know.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.